Season's greetings from our family to yours. Good afternoon, Braves fans, and welcome inside the English E. Jones Center. We're on Lumbee Guaranty Bank Court for UNC Pembroke women's basketball, a non-conference tilt between the UNCP Braves and the Belmont Abbey Crusaders. On the Braves Broadcast Network, I'm Cameron Songer. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Both UNCP and Belmont Abbey come in at 5-3, and this is the last non-conference game of the season for the Braves. Let's get the starting lineups to you right now, starting with the visitors from Belmont Abbey, who come in at 5-3, 3-1 in Conference Carolinas, led by their head coach Jason Williams, who's in his fourth season, as the Crusaders will line up like this for the opening tip. Alexis Hampton is the senior point guard out of Charlotte. Morgan Midkiff, a senior from Mount Airy, is the shooting guard. Taylor Johnson, a sophomore from Pickerington, Ohio, is the third guard. And then the forward pair, both players averaging about 11.5 points and 9 rebounds per game. Very good, dangerous tandem at the forward spot. That'll be freshman Crystal Izichukwu and senior Gabrielle Bethel, both standing at 5'11", averaging over 11 points and 8.5 rebounds per game each. As the Crusaders starting lineup has been introduced, the UNCP Braves now about to see their starting lineup get introduced. The Braves 5-3 on the season. They're 1-1 in Peach Belt Conference play, and it's been an interesting start to the season for the Braves as they upset number 15 Clayton State right here on Lumbee Guaranty Bank Court, the last home game back at the beginning of the month, and then went on the road, took a loss at Georgia Southwestern. Last played a while ago now, back on December 19th, so more than 10 days off. Players got some time off to be with their families for the holidays, but now back, having practiced a couple times, getting ready to go. And now the starting lineup for the UNCP Braves, as penciled in by head coach John Haskins, who's in his 13th season. Point guard is a senior from Indian Trail, North Carolina, the Braves' top scorer, Jasmine Huntley. She'll be joined in the backcourt by senior from Fayetteville, number 23, Erica Williams, and a sophomore from Landis, North Carolina, number 15, Avery Locklear. At forward, a junior from East Orange, New Jersey, number 10, Nyla Allen. And in the middle for the Braves, a returning All-Peach Belt Conference performer from a year ago, senior from Laurinburg, number 24, Janisa Monley. Now, Monley coming off off-season surgery, not at the level she was at in terms of putting up numbers that she was a year ago. Last season averaged about 13-9. This season it's about 10-7. So not a huge dip for her, but she will have her hands full on the glass today with a pair of Izichukwu and Bethel. As the Braves get ready to go, UNCP in their home whites, Belmont Abbey wearing their black jerseys with red and white trim. It will be Bethel jumping center for the Crusaders as they'll go from right to left across the hardwood. 10 minutes on the first quarter game clock. Just about ready to go. Joined now in the booth by Petey Powers. And Petey, what's one or two things you're looking forward to in this game?
Well, one thing I'm looking for the Braves is obviously getting that inside-outside game going with Janisa Monley in the middle, the post player. Monley, great player inside for the Braves, leading scorer last season, close to the top for the Braves this season. She does a great job scoring in the post. Also does a nice job passing out of the post. So that's going to be one of the keys for the Braves today if they want to pick up this win today versus Belmont Abbey.
A little too early on the jump ball, so we'll do it again. Talk about the outside shooting for the Braves, one of the top three-point shooting teams in the Peach Belt Conference at exactly 33% from behind the arc this season. Good for second in the Peach Belt Conference. Of course, a non-conference game. The final non-conference tune-up for the Braves before they really get into the meat of conference play, and it'll really pick up very quickly for UNCP as they'll play 3 games next week and then on the road on Monday the 9th. So starting off with 4 games in the first 10 days of the month of January, UNCP will need to be ready to go in PBC play, and this is a chance to make sure everything's working right. Nyla Allen fires a 3, misses the mark badly, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, this one's definitely a big one for the Braves as far as getting back in that rhythm. Had some time off. Obviously, we're practicing through some of that holiday time, but this game, a good little non-conference test, get things hopefully going in the right direction heading into that tough gauntlet you were speaking of, which is the Peach Belt Conference.
These teams met around this time last year, and UNCP handed it to Belmont Abbey, a 72-51 UNCP win in Belmont. Although this Belmont Abbey team much better than they were a year ago. Last season finished 8-21. This year they're already at 5-3. in Conference Carolinas. They're 3-1, but have lost their last 2. Bad pass stolen by Huntley, and she's got the fast break towards the basket, lays it in. The Braves strike first.
One thing about Jasmine Huntley is she has that speed. She's going to get up and down the floor quick, and Coach Haskins always likes it when she can get going early.
Hampton swings it up top, works to the right side with Midkiff. She fires for 3. She's off the mark. Huntley able to get the rebound. Here's Monley right down the right side of the lane. Double team comes, dish out to Williams. Locklear slid the pivot foot. You can see both teams working out the kinks a little bit. Neither team has played since Monday, December 19th, which compared to how often these teams will be playing in conference, that's a long break.
There's probably going to be a little rust here. I mean, obviously they have been practicing, but I mean nothing like game action. So I expect them to shake it off rather quickly though, because like you said, it has only been a couple weeks.
Pass up top. This is Midkiff lobbing down low. A nice catch made by Bethel, and she draws the foul.
Good look inside, down low, and just nice job by her. Little pump fake, get up in the air and draw that foul.
Foul called on number 10, Nyla Allen. Her first, team's first, and it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Gabrielle Bethel. A transfer from Clayton State. Would have been somewhat familiar with UNCP. The Braves might have seen her, but I'll tell you what, that Clayton State team, they were ranked number 15 in the nation when UNCP played them here a couple weeks ago. That's a tough lineup to crack.
It's a very good team, UNCP with that huge upset. But yeah, Bethel already earning her time with Belmont Abbey here, averaging double-digit points this season. Another good player coming out of that Clayton State program.
Second free throw is no good. So Bethel splits the pair at the free throw line, an 81% free throw shooter, so a little rare to see her miss. Braves with a 1-point lead and the basketball. So we're just getting started on Lumbee Guaranty Bank Court. Off a screen, Locklear for 3, too strong. Rebound tipped out, last touched by Erica Williams, who needs to be careful about going over the back there. Just goes out for a Belmont Abbey possession.
And that was a decent look for Avery Locklear, 30% three-point shooter, a player that you want to get her some open looks. Great spot-up shooter. Couldn't get that one to fall, but they're going to continue to look to her for that outside shooting for the Braves.
One thing I'm interested to see as this game progresses, how much do they throw it down low, try to just get Easy Chukwu and Bethel to the line. Here's a 3-point attempt. Good by Taylor Johnson.
Johnson shooting 36% on the season. Another great three-point shooter, marksman from the outside.
Talked about the inside out for UNCP with Monley. UNCP certainly has the shooters on the floor in this lineup as Locklear gets to the rim and will go to the free throw line after the foul.
Nice take there by Locklear. We were speaking about her three-point shooting. She can put the ball on the floor a little bit, gets to the free throw line, maybe see the ball go through the net from the free throw line, get her going from three-point range as well.
Foul's called on Easy Chukwu, her first. It'll be Avery Locklear at the free throw line. Good on the first free throw.
Only her 14th free throw attempt of the season. The player that hovers out around that three-point line, doesn't get to the line often. This time she does. Knocks down the first one.
Both free throws looking good. That can be a lot for a shooter. It's just, seeing the ball go through the net, get up and down the floor a couple times, and that can really open up your entire game. Johnson holding in front of the Braves bench. A dangerous pass back up top. Midkiff makes the catch. Throwing down low into a double team, and Allen taps the ball to Locklear. The Braves have a steal. Huntley doesn't see numbers, gives it back to Locklear. She pulls the trigger, off the mark. Offensive rebound for Monley, though. Braves with a second chance. Allen on the drive towards the basket, kicks out Locklear. UNCP still plenty of time to shoot. Here's Williams from downtown, banks it in. Erica Williams for 3.
Not sure if she called that one, but Erica will take it, get herself going here early.
Foul under the basket. If that's on Allen, it's her second already, and it is.
And Nyla Allen, not a usual starter for the Braves, starting at the power forward position today, and she does tend to get in foul trouble, but she's very aggressive both sides of the ball, so she'll head to the bench.
That could be a problem for UNCP. Might mess with their spacing a little bit, but UNCP also needs to go a little bit bigger down low to contend with the very dangerous forward pair of Isa Chukwu and Bethel. So it is Tadeza Love off the bench. Love, a 6-foot sophomore from Shelby, North Carolina. This 3 just grazes the rim off the hand of Alexis Hampton. Now low to Monley. She'll get to work on the right block towards the rim. Puts it up. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back up, and this time it drops.
That's one thing about Janisa Monley. Tenacious on that offensive glass. Misses the first one. Goes up right with that second one.
So the Braves' lead is 9-4. It's on the left side with mid-kiff for Belmont Abbey. Pass goes up top. Johnson. See if the Crusaders work the ball down low. See if they can get Monley in some foul trouble. This shot a little too long. Offensive rebound is there. And Taylor Johnson rewarded for crashing the boards.
Thing about Belmont Abbey on the offensive end, very balanced. They have a lot of players they can go to. Johnson there, a wing player, down low, grabs the offensive board, goes up for two.
One thing to keep an eye on, UNCP usually out-rebounds its opponent. Braves grab about 2.5 more rebounds per game, but then give the ball away 2.5 more times per game. Here's another Williams three. This one's way too long. Shot clock doesn't reset on the offensive rebound. Shot clock is at 5. Love in the corner. Huntley over to Locklear. Has to get it up to beat the clock. It's off the mark, and there's a foul. And it'll be UNCP ball. The foul committed by Belmont Abbey on the fight for that rebound.
Didn't really see what happened on the end of that play, but the Braves will take it. Locklear did a nice job to gather that ball just to get that shot up, beat the shot clock, and Braves thought it was going the other way for sure, but foul on the rebound opportunity, and they'll take it on the baseline. Avery Locklear inbound.
Monley and Williams come out. The Phoenicia Lawson and LaShonda Pritchard into the game for UNCP. This is an experienced Braves team. Lawson, a senior, coming off the bench. So is Pritchard. That time, Lawson couldn't get the English on that shot to make it go in. Huntley guards the ball. Pass goes to the right side. Three-point attempt. No good. And UNCP with the rebound. A 3-point lead almost halfway through the first quarter. Huntley, no one picks her up. Looking to the wing. And can't hook up with Pritchard there.
Interesting to see LaShonda Pritchard coming off the bench in this game. A normal starter for the Braves. She's in the ball game now with Allen in foul trouble, but expect to see her in there a lot for the Braves. Very versatile forward, plays that 4 position for the Braves, but really a combo forward, can put the ball on the floor and attack the rim.
Yeah, against Belmont Abbey, I think lacks a little bit of the size to play that 4 spot. As you see a good pass down low and the easy layup for Belmont Abbey. It's the first field goal of the day for Gabrielle Bethel. Averages almost 12 points a game. Second leading scorer for this Crusader team. Trouble again for UNCP as the ball trickles out of bounds. And this will be Braves ball after the timeout. A timeout on the floor with 4:51 to go in the first quarter. UNCP clinging to a 9-8 lead. Braves fans, Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 17 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. UNCP thanks Adidas for all their support in offering the best for Braves athletes. 5 minutes off the clock in quarter number 1. With PD Powers, I'm Cameron Songer. UNCP women's basketball taking on Belmont Abbey. It's Pritchard to the rim. They'll call the blocking foul as she drove right at Taylor Giddings. And she was in the restraining area there.
Nice job there by Pritchard, just put the ball on the floor. She's going to have a little mismatch against a lot of 4s, and she did a nice job there, just get to the free throw line.
So Giddings into the game after the timeout, immediately called for the foul. The Braves also made some changes. They're 5 right now out there with Pritchard and Lawson, who had previously checked in. Huntley, the only starter in the game, and at that timeout, Bayham and Ebony Stevens into the game for the first time.
And with Bayham entering the game, 2 point guards on the floor for the Braves. A lot of speed, so look for them to push the ball against a bigger team like Belmont Abbey.
Second free throw for Pritchard is good, so she splits the pair, gives UNCP a 2-point lead. Crusaders want to go quickly. This is Larissa Bishop. Makes the long catch, swings it to the right side. This is Hampton. Down low with Giddings. Good up fake. Slid the pivot foot, though. Got Lawson up in the air. Couldn't finish the shot.
It'll be interesting to see how the Braves manage their rotation. Stephanie Johnson not dressed out today. The freshman normally plays major minutes, but one thing about this Braves team up front is they do have a lot of players with experience. So Phoenicia Lawson's definitely earned her stripes out there.
Stevens has some space, pulls the trigger on a 3, misses it. 5 right now for the Crusaders. It's Bishop and Hampton out there with Johnson, Bethel, and Giddings. Transition layup no good. Pritchard trying to get to the rebound. A good box out. A dangerous over the back kind of situation there as Bethel comes away with the board.
Both teams really need to slow down here a little bit, getting a little sloppy.
Nice tip by Pritchard. Ball stays in. The effort by Bethel, and she's rewarded with 2 free throws.
Nice job there by Gabrielle Bethel, just getting inside. Extra little hustle play. It was a good look for her, but Pritchard made a nice play. She recovered it, though, and went up and drew another foul to head to the line for 2 more.
The first foul on LaShonda Pritchard. Braves haven't hit any of their last 5 field goals. That's a span of about 3 minutes. And we'll see near wholesale changes for Belmont Abbey. 2 players in, plus another one waiting at the scorer's table. Would get the free throw shooter. Second free throw on the way for Bethel. This would tie the game. It's no good, and Lawson can't stick a fork in the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Another chance for Belmont Abbey. Izuchukwu back in for Bethel. You got those 2 forwards for Belmont Abbey, who are their top 2 rebounders and 2 of their top 3 scorers. They both were in the starting lineup, but rotation-wise, they will not often be playing together, I think.
They'll start them together, but Coach Williams probably stagger that rotation to keep one of his star forwards on the floor at all times.
Something kind of seen a little bit more with perhaps the LA Clippers, sort of a Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan situation. See if we get some lobs going.
I don't know about that. We'll see. I'd love to see it. These forwards are really skilled, though. Definitely talented players.
Pritchard just outside the arc. UNCP just can't seem to find the target from the field right now. Maybe try to get closer to the rim and get some easier shots. Free throw line jump shot. No good. UNCP still clinging to that 1-point lead as Belmont Abbey's not been able to punish the Braves for their poor shooting. Stevens will step back and shoot. No good. Braves have missed their last 7 from the floor.
Just a lot of difficult contested shots for the Braves. Just look the ball inside, look to go inside, play your offense, and get some easy looks.
Pass goes down low. Giddings can't get the bank shot to drop. Nice block. 3 Braves right there. I think it was finally Lawson who finally got her hand on it. And no doubt about that, Bayham traveled before she made the move.
We have seen the Braves go into these kind of droughts this season. It's one of those things you just got to work your way out of it, get some easy, good looks at the basket. A lot of these shots have been contested layups, contested 3-point shots, and Coach Haskins is going to try and I'm sure he's going to try and drop a play here soon just to get his team a good look at the basket, open shot.
Braves field goal drought now extends past 4 minutes. Blair Sillimon into the game, replacing Huntley. Pass tipped. Belmont Abbey thought that was kicked. Sillimon comes away with it in transition. Towards the basket, missed the layup. Offensive rebound. Pritchard can't get the bunny to drop. Nice defense at the last second by Giddings. Braves with some shooters on the floor right now. Long pass to the opposite wing. It's caught by Bishop. Double team near the corner. Has to retreat with it. Lobs it down low. Izuchukwu. Deep 3. Knocked in by Morgan Midkiff. The Crusaders take a lead. It's 12-10.
Midkiff, 31% 3-point shooter on the season. Just almost 2 steps behind the line. Just drilled that one.
It's almost 10 on the shot clock. That's one of those oh no, oh yes kind of shots. For the response, Sillimon, you bet.
Blair, normally money from 3-point range, doesn't doesn't always see the floor, but when she does get in, you know what she's going to do with it. She's going to knock down that 3 ball.
Braves have 2 dead-eye shooters on the floor right now with Stevens and Silliman. That'll really help their spacing. Could open up some lanes for some drives to the basket as well. 3-point attempt. Mid-kiff, not this time. So she can't go back-to-back with it. Bayham on the drive. Gets bumped. They'll say she was traveling first. That's a tough call. I don't know about that one.
Close. Brianna Bayham, you want to get her out in space on that fast break. Must have drug her foot a little bit there. Coach Haskins doesn't seem to be complaining about it too much, so he must have saw it too, but tough call on that one. Thought Bayham drew that foul before she walked.
5 turnovers by Belmont Abbey, 4 by UNCP. Talked a little bit about some of the rust from a 10-plus day layoff. And some of the shots have been like that as well. Foul away from the ball is Erica Williams. No, check that. They'll call that on Jillian Ebron reaching in. Thought they were going to call Williams for pushing Taylor Johnson out of the low block. It's the 4th team foul on UNCP. Next one puts Belmont Abbey at the free throw line. Johnson holds, lobs. Left side. Greer, dangerous pass. Still plenty of time for the Crusaders. Baseline drive. Shot blocked by Lawson. They'll call the foul.
That's a tough call. I thought Phoenicia Lawson got all ball. Earlier she got that block. Might have been some contact. That one there was close, but she'll get the call on her. Interesting lineup here for the Braves with Erica Williams running the point. She is a point guard, but a lot of times Coach Haskins will slide her in at the 2-guard spot. So having her at point for this last minute or so will be interesting to see how this group works together on the floor.
First free throw a little too strong. Taylor Johnson, 89% free throw shooter. No good on her first free throw. We'll get one more to tie the game. One thing we haven't seen from Belmont Abbey yet today is any kind of full court pressure, which is kind of a rarity. A lot of teams do press UNCP, and the Braves have had some trouble with full court pressure at times. Substitution now for the Crusaders. Marilyn Malfris replaces Crystal Izichukwu.
Coach Williams definitely very comfortable going deep into his bench here early in the first quarter.
Just looking at the bench, there's a lot of depth there. A lot of players traveled for Belmont Abbey. As a catch-and-shoot 3 by Silliman is off the mark. Three-point attempt, no good from Johnson. The Crusaders have 16 available players today, I believe. Their roster lists 18.
A lot of practice players on that team. I'm sure they got some good practices up there with that many girls that can fight for playing time.
Last possession of the first quarter, 3-point attempt, Ebron off the mark. Williams tried to chase the rebound down, but her foot was on the baseline, and with 1 second left, Belmont Abbey will perhaps try a full court heave. Braves with a little bit of pressure just to keep them from getting that shot a good look. There it is, the baseball toss, and it's off the line, no good. First quarter in the books, it's a good one. UNCP and Belmont Abbey tied at 13 on the Braves Broadcast Network. Braves fans, ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-the-line Cadillacs, so why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. That's Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, located next to Lumberton High School. Start of the second quarter on Lumbee Guaranty Bank Court. UNCP and Belmont Abbey tied at 13 apiece. With B Powers, I'm Cameron Songer on the Braves Broadcast Network. Monley guarding in the low block, traveling called. No doubt about that, Gabrielle Bethel slid her pivot foot.
A lot of traveling's called here early. That rust still a factor. Both teams still trying to shake it off. Traveling, that's when you know there's a lot of rust.
I suppose the officials could have called some of these a foul, but I also like that they're not letting fouls just stack up, because really, from both teams' point of view, you don't want to just get a free throw shooting contest, as Monley makes a tough basket in the low block.
Nice little baby hook by Monley there. Good touch off the glass as well.
4 points in the game now for Monley. Let's see if that gets her going. On the left side with Hampton. Throw down low, catch made by Malfris. Spins and kicks out. Johnson. Still 15 to shoot for the Crusaders. Good defense on the wing by Williams. Crusaders have to reset now, down to 9 to shoot. Hampton finds teammate the free throw line. It's Bethel, too strong on the shot. Call a foul on the fight for the rebound. And it goes against UNCP's Jillian Ebron, who was taking a forearm right to the throat.
Marilyn Malfris, very physical post player. The senior from Greenville, South Carolina, did a nice job. Jillian Ebron, not the biggest player, but she's very feisty herself down there on the glass.
Tough inbounds catch made by Midkiff. Now Malfris over to Johnson. She'll take the shot just inside the arc, rattles out, and Monley has the rebound for the Braves.
Good look from Johnson in the mid-range. She's not afraid to pull the trigger on that one.
Monley might have gotten away with a travel there.
She did.
Williams in the corner. Ebron for three. Too strong. Rebound Crusaders. Hampton up the floor. No numbers for Belmont Abbey this time. A deep three coming from Midkiff. Off the mark, and it will just bounce right out of bounds. Nice defense by Silmon. Not necessarily going all the way out on a 26-foot three-point attempt.
She knocked the one down early in the first quarter, but Coach Williams definitely going to want her to get better looks than that. You can take a little step up there.
Especially at that point in the shot clock. I know she can make from there. As there are a couple pretty good three-point shooters for Belmont Abbey. Midkiff and Taylor Johnson, both up around that 33 to 37% range from behind the arc.
Coach Williams brought Midkiff to the bench. You'll see that a lot after a player takes a deep three like that and misses.
Monley, a burst of speed to the basket right around Isachukwu. Monley has 6. The Braves' lead is 4. Three-point attempt, Bishop. Splash. She knew it, too. Started running back before that one even went through the net.
You got a clean three-point stroke like that, you know when it's going in. Nice shot there by Bishop off the screen.
Williams. Looking for a give and go. To the basket. Wanted the foul, called, didn't get it. Braves all back on defense. Hampton. Nice pass down low. Good D by Monley. The layup still good by Bethel. And it's the Crusaders back in front by 1.
You get that kind of position early in the shot clock. That's what coaches say. You're doing your work early. When you get that down low, that far in towards the basket, you're gonna make that shot most of the time. Great job by Bethel.
Rebound tipped to Ebron. A nice find. Monley to the basket, traveled first.
That was a really nice finish with the left hand by Jonisa Monley, but took an extra step there.
Nice play after the offensive rebound by UNCP, and great court awareness by freshman Jillian Ebron. UNCP just couldn't come up with the score.
Coach Haskins making a point to get the ball down to Jonisa Monley early here in the second quarter.
Three-point attempts, not this time for Bishop. Huntley in transition. That's a blocking foul. A lot of contact there. They've let some of those kind of plays go. Not that time. Foul called on Hampton. That'll be her first.
And Jasmine Huntley obviously getting out on the break. One of the things Coach Haskins loves about her, pushing the ball up and down the floor. definitely one of the fastest players in the conference. That time, bad pass by Huntley.
2-on-1 break. Belmont Abbey can't come away with it, and the pass finds Huntley. Trying to go 1-on-2, her layup attempt blocked. That's not going to work for Jasmine Huntley. Those are two very good defenders, and Izachukwu at 5'11" can just go more or less straight up on that layup attempt.
That's just one where Huntley needs to pull it back out, and she's a senior point guard. She knows what she's doing out there. Next time down, I'm sure she'll pull that one back out, wait for numbers.
Braves started the second quarter with a couple field goal makes. They shot just 21% in that first quarter. Belmont Abbey is at 30%, so they haven't really pulled away either. It's been good defense by both teams. Open three, Silliman. Yes! Blair Silliman, the assist from Janisa Monley.
That's what we were speaking about earlier, that inside-outside game. Janisa Monley's going to draw a ton of attention when she gets the ball in the lane. Nice kick out to Silliman, who's money on that corner three.
Silliman, 6 points on a pair of three-pointers. And on the rebound, a foul. Will go the other way. It's called on Belmont Abbey.
Giddings getting the ball down the post. Both times she touched the ball, she's went up with that righty hook real quick. That time didn't go down.
Taylor Johnson called for her second, and the Crusaders' leading scorer will go to the bench for a little while. Replaced by Morgan Midkiff back in the game. And I've been surprised just the frequency of substitutions by Belmont Abbey. It seems like anytime there's a dead ball, someone's coming off the floor.
Very quickly pulling players out, putting new players back in, keeping everybody fresh, but not sure if they've been able to find much of a rhythm.
Ebron draws a foul that time. It'll be 2 free throws for UNCP freshman guard Jillian Ebron.
And Ebron's one of those kind of players that comes off the bench, brings a ton of energy, and maybe not everything shows in the stat sheet what she does on the floor, but very, very active player on both ends of the floor.
Foul's called on Taylor Giddings. That's her second, and it looks like we'll have another sub for Belmont Abbey.
Never fails. was keeping my eye on that bench the whole trip down to see who was going to move. And one thing about having a lot of bigs that you trust, Coach Williams, he can keep them fresh. Obviously, with a player like Janisa Monley, she's going to wear you down on the post, so it's nice to have a wide variety of players that you can put out there on the floor.
Ebron good on 1 of 2 free throws. The Braves' lead is 3. In transition towards the rim, the layup good by Bethel.
Been impressed with Bethel here in the first half. Been just doing a nice job ducking to the rim on those lob passes and finishing inside, getting the free throw line, just doing her job.
She leads all scorers with 8. The Braves lead by 1. Huntley on the drive, gets past her man and lays it in.
Nice take by Huntley, just using that speed to get to the rim.
Huntley has 4. No one player's really dominated this game. We've seen deep benches and frequent rotations from both teams. Talk about chemistry, talk about rhythm a little bit, but something to be said for just trying to find that right matchup.
Keeping an eye on the Belmont Abbey bench. Looks like this will be one of the first dead balls with no substitutions made. Still keeping an eye on Coach Williams. He is walking down that long bench. You mentioned a lot of players dressed out for the Crusaders.
Pass on the inbound, taken away by UNCP. Silliman will take it herself. To the basket, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, last touched by Ebron. No go the other way.
You kind of tell for Blair, wasn't sure if she wanted to take that one-on-one or pull it back out, and hesitant and just missed that contested layup.
Midway through the second quarter, the Braves' lead is 23-20. We'll be right back. Braves fans, don't miss out on your chance to receive rewards for attending UNCP home athletic events during the 2016-17 season. Visit the App Store on your smartphone and download #BraveNation, UNCP's new fan engagement app. The app can be found on the Apple Store or on Google Play. Search using #BraveNation. 4:58 remaining in the second quarter. UNCP leads Belmont Abbey 23-20. Non-conference women's basketball action. UNCP out of the Peach Belt Conference and Belmont Abbey out of Conference Carolinas. Bishop has it on the left wing. The bounce pass goes to the elbow. Nice cross-post pass and the foul drawn. Going to the line will be Gabrielle Bethel.
Once again, heading to the free throw line. Good free throw shooter, too. She's missed a couple today, but you'll take an 80% free throw shooter, get in the line as much as you can.
And she's taken 4 of their 6 free throw attempts so far today. She's 2 of 4, and the team is 3 of 6. 2 team fouls against the Braves. 5 on the floor right now for UNCP. It's Ebron, Huntley, Locklear, Williams, and Monley. Make a change now with Pritchard coming in for Ebron. Meanwhile, for Belmont Abbey, it's Bishop, Hampton, Midkiff, Izachukwu, and Bethel. Once again, splitting the pair. Points in the game now for Bethel. Locklear drops in a 3.
Good look there. Just nice play by Coach Haskins. Get his shooter a good look for a 3.
Bethel actually made both of those last free throws. Braves lead up to 4 now. It's felt like UNCP just hasn't been able to create any separation. Monley able to control that rebound. Pritchard wanted to take it away from her.
Yeah, Janisa Monley wasn't giving that one up.
Huntley the other way. Too strong on the layup. Offensive rebound, Pritchard. Locklear calling for it on the wing. Pritchard puts it on the rim and gets it to drop.
Thought she was going to kick it out to Avery for that open 3, but nice job there by LaShonda to finish that one inside.
A couple of those skip passes by Belmont Abbey have been really close to getting intercepted. UNCP with a 6-point lead. Let's see what the Crusaders do here. Still plenty of time left before halftime to make a run. Dangerous pass down low, handled. Fall away shot around the rim and out. Tipped right back to Belmont Abbey. Bishop has it, puts it back up, and it's a good.
So far for the Crusaders, most of their points have came inside. They've hit a few open 3s, but no one's really been able to create a shot for themselves. It's all been down low in the post or kick out 3s.
Just 4 second chance points for Belmont Abbey in this one. 10 for the Braves. That's going to be important. Williams dials long distance, connects.
Nice look there for Erica Williams. Got that set shot. If she gets time to set her feet and go up like that, she'll knock those down.
Pritchard, hard defense in the post, a little too hard. And it'll be 2 more free throws for Belmont Abbey. Izachukwu will go to the line.
And see some subs coming at the table. That was one of the longest stretches for the Crusaders, having the same 5 out on the floor, and Coach Williams will switch it back up. He's been very active on the substitutes.
2 free throws for Crystal Izachukwu. No good on the first. This will be the only time these 2 teams face off this season. UNCP leads the all-time series 5-4, but has won the last 3 against Belmont Abbey. One common opponent the 2 teams have played so far this year. Belmont Abbey split 2 games against Coker, including their last time out was a loss against Coker back on Monday, December 19th. UNCP defeated Coker 78-75 in their season opener. A little tough to make a judgment off of just one common opponent. Pritchard on the second effort, no good. Williams nearly poked that ball free, but the Crusaders have it coming back the other way. Drive and dish. Tomey from long distance. No good. Caroline Tomey, the freshman from Orlando, into the game for the first time on that last dead ball. Locklear tries to come back with a 3. She can't get it to drop.
It's tough luck on the perimeter right now.
Good pass. Tomey under the basket, draws the whistle. And 2 free throws coming up for Caroline Tomey. Nice no-look pass from Brianna Greer, who's also into the game for the first time. So getting a little bit deeper into that Belmont Abbey bench as the first half winds towards a close. Caroline Tomey Freshman scored just 2 total points this season. 0 of 2 at the free throw line thus far. Just the second time she's been at the free throw line this season. Brenna Bayham on for UNCP, replacing Erica Williams. 5 for the Braves. Huntley, Locklear, Williams, Pritchard, and Lawson. Both free throws no good, but the offensive board for Belmont Abbey. Out there with Greer, Midkiff, Tomi, Izichukwu, and Bethel. At the elbow, over to the right side. Bishop, thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Still 15 to shoot. Up faking a drive. Foul called on UNCP. That's the 5th team foul on the Braves. Misha Lawson guilty of that one. And that puts the Crusaders at the line again, but they've really struggled from the charity stripe today. Just 6 of 12.
Nice job by Bethel, just putting the ball on the floor. Getting to the line again. We've already spoke about how she normally is a good free throw shooter. Struggled a little bit today, but she's done a nice job all game just getting there.
Keep getting to the free throw line, and you think, eventually they'll start going in. It's just continued attempts, basically.
Percentages are gonna end up even themselves out.
11 points in the game now for Bethel. Make it 12. She leads all scorers. And the Crusaders back within 4.
Already at her season average for the season in the first half. Nicely done by Bethel, getting involved early.
Locklear just inside the arc. Too strong. Some numbers for the visitors. Bounce pass off the mark, and it's turned over by Belmont Abbey out of bounds.
That had to be a perfect pass to find its way in regardless.
A very tight window she was trying to fit that in. Still no pressure really from Belmont Abbey in the full court. It's been one of the problems for the Braves in terms of committing too many turnovers at times. But at times it's also given them easy shots like it was against Clayton State the last time they were matched up here at home. What a finish by Pritchard.
When she gets going, driving, attacking, she can put the ball on the floor against bigger players, and that time she did and just finished through the contact. Nicely done, LaShonda Pritchard.
Pritchard can't complete the three-point play. And the make shot the other way, good by Bishop. Well, another thought on the full court pressure for Belmont Abbey. You'd think a team with as many just players
with their substitution pattern, you would expect that they would go with that press, but they've just been sitting back, some coaches just like keeping everybody involved early in the game. Maybe he's trying to find his 5, but with the way they've been substituting players out, you would have expected them to be a pressing team.
Perhaps it's coming later. It could be, one of those.
Don't show it early, yeah, something like that. I'm not quite sure.
Keep up your sleeve until you need to play that card. Rana Bayham goes to the line after the foul. We're in the bonus both ways for the final minute of the second quarter. Sub for Belmont Abbey as Marilyn Malfris back in. Sends Crystal Izichukwu to the bench. Second free throw, Bayham, is money. And another sub by Belmont Abbey. As Midkiff comes on for Tomi. 1 minute, 2 seconds left before halftime. UNCP leads Belmont Abbey 34-29. At the free throw line, dish out. Nice up fake by Midkiff, can't go anywhere off the drive. Braves switch off on it. In the paint, jump shot, no good. Rebound, batted around. That was 4 white jerseys converging on the ball. Pritchard over to Huntley.
Good job by the Braves pulling that one out when they didn't have numbers.
Huntley in traffic, up with a tough shot, no good. Offensive rebound, Lawson banks it in. And the inbounds pass stolen by Huntley. She'll wait for numbers as the shot clock turned off. John Haskins on the Braves sideline telling his team to hold for the last shot.
where you maybe want to get Huntley involved in that high pick and roll, get her going towards the rim.
Brianna Greer comes all the way out to mid-court and commits a foul. We'll put Jasmine Huntley at the free throw line.
Coach Williams just walking away with his head down, not quite sure what the thought was there.
There's being aggressive and trying to make a play because, frankly, the play that Huntley made in order to make that steal was fairly dangerous as well, trying to cut in. And if she got called for a foul, it would have been 2 free throws for Belmont Abbey. Instead, the Braves will get the free throws. Now, however, it's the Crusaders who could potentially get the last points of the half. Huntley, money on both free throws. UNCP's lead is 9, the largest it's been all afternoon. And the Crusaders will have to work quickly. 7 seconds. Tough catch, mid-kiff. Off a little rub action. Down the left side of the lane, has it stripped away by Bayham. Can't get the shot off before the horn. Wouldn't have counted anyway. Halftime in Pembroke. UNCP 38, Belmont Abbey 29. Here on Lumbee Guaranty Bank Court. We'll be back in just a few minutes for the second half on the Braves Broadcast Network. Welcome back inside the English E. Jones Center. Lumbee Guaranty Bank Court at UNC Pembroke. It's UNCP women's basketball taking on the Belmont Abbey Crusaders. Getting ready for the start of the third quarter as the Braves hold a 38-29 lead. With PD Powers, I'm Cameron Songer on the Braves Broadcast Network. PD, it's been balanced scoring for the Braves. For the Crusaders, it's really all run through Gabrielle Bethel, and right now it's been balance and teamwork that's won the day so far.
Yeah, obviously you spoke about Bethel. She's done a nice job putting the ball on the floor, getting to the free throw line a lot, been active on both ends of the floor. Like you said, for the Braves, it's been that balance. Beginning of the second quarter, we saw Janisa Monley get involved a lot. I'm expecting to see her get some early touches here in the second half, but it's been interesting to see both teams trying to really find that five that they want to keep out on the floor. Braves starting a different five here in the second half than they did to start the game. So both coaches just trying to figure it out here. Obviously, we spoke about the rust in the first half. Obviously, both teams with that little bit of a layoff. So they're just trying to find the rhythm. I'm expecting to see a good second half, though, as both teams hopefully have shaken off that rust.
And neither team up over 30% shooting in a very low-scoring first quarter. Both teams up over the 30% mark now after 2 quarters of play. It was 13-13 after 1. The Braves put up a big 25 points in that second quarter. Here's Pritchard straight away. 3 is good. No, they'll call that just a 2.
Just a nice open look for Pritchard there. Get her going in the second half. She had a nice first half. Getting inside, getting to the free throw line herself. So good look there by Pritchard.
Pritchard, the first Braves player to score more than 6 points in this game. As everybody who's on the floor, though, for UNCP has at least 6. The 5 for UNCP right now, it's Huntley, Silliman, Williams, Monley, and Pritchard. For Belmont Abbey starting the third quarter, Hampton, Midkiff, Johnson, Izuchukwu, and Bethel. Dump it down low for Bethel, and she draws a foul.
She's just been living at that free throw line so far today. Spoken about her a lot, and she's just done a good job. Obviously, she hasn't been able to connect on a lot of those free throws, but you want to get to that line as much as you can for someone like her that's an 80% shooter coming into today's game.
Well, she started 2 of 4, has made her last 4 free throws, but it certainly feels like that she's been leaving some points at the table. 3 of 6 from the floor, 6 of 8 from the free throw line is Bethel. First free throw attempt is good. Nyla Allen checks in for UNCP, replaces Pritchard. Allen didn't get much run in that first half with 2 early fouls. I don't think we saw her at all in that second quarter.
Yeah, Nyla Allen just picked up those 2 quick fouls, and obviously when you pick them up that quickly, you're gonna have to sit on the bench for a little bit.
Second free throw was good, but it's waved off due to a lane violation by Belmont Abbey. Big wipes a point off the scoreboard. The Braves lead remains at 10. So we are just getting started in quarter number 3. Non-conference women's basketball action.
It's like Belmont Abbey going to a 3-2 zone, something we didn't see in the first half.
Allen over to Huntley. Good up fake, pass down low. Finds Monley to the basket. Can't get the layup.
That's a great move, especially in that zone, but fortunately for Janisa, couldn't find it.
Pass along the baseline, up with the scoop. Just short, but the foul drawn by Taylor Johnson.
Really like what I saw from Taylor Johnson in the first half. Had 6 points, knocked down an early 3. Just did a nice job, not afraid to, when she sees that little opening, she'll take it, whether it be from the 3-point line, driving inside, or even that mid-range jumper.
And Johnson, 1 3-pointer, 1 free throw made in that first half. Under the net on the first free throw. Johnson, a sophomore guard from Pickerington Central High School in Pickerington, Ohio, an 89% foul shooter. And the team's leading scorer at nearly 13 points a game. Good on both. She's got 8. The deficit is 8 for Belmont Abbey. Yep, Silliman, open 3. Too strong, rebound Crusaders. Came off a double screen there. Couldn't knock in the 3-point attempt. On the drive, they'll hit Silliman for a foul. 2 more free throws coming up for Belmont Abbey. So that's another foul called on the Braves.
Nice take there by Midkiff. She didn't really have much of an opening, but knew she could draw the foul. She kept driving to the rim and just took that contact, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Braves already at 3 team fouls. We're not even 2 minutes into the third quarter yet. A foul called on Silliman, her first. We'll get a sub now for UNCP. Jillian Ebron will replace Nyla Allen. So There's not a lot of action for Nyla Allen today. Can't really seem to get into that rhythm. Morgan Midkiff, no good on the second free throw. She gets 1 out of the 2.
Ebron checking into the game. Braves going for a little bit of a smaller lineup, a little more active. And Belmont Abbey will go back to the man-to-man.
Monley, down low, traveled. Good defense in the low block by Easy Chukwu.
Talking to some of our stat guys during the halftime break, Easy Chukwu was one of the main ones that was getting subbed off almost every trip down. They were subbing her out of the game to try and save her from getting in fouls, and she did a nice job there drawing that walk on Janisa Monley.
3-point attempt good by Morgan Midkiff, and the Braves lead, which was double figures, down to 4, and it'll be a timeout taken by John Haskins. Timeout on the floor. We will take it as well. UNCP leads 40-36. We'll be right back. Braves fans, if you're looking for UNCP gear, UNCP Athletics just launched a new online store, shopuncpbraves.com. It contains more than 1,000 products, including gear from Adidas, the official apparel sponsor of UNCP Sports. And a portion of the proceeds from the sales at shopuncpbraves.com will benefit the athletics department and its more than 400 student athletes. For more information, visit uncpbraves.com or just go straight to the source, shopuncpbraves.com. Monley in the paint, out to Huntley. Williams sneaking her way towards the basket.
Back in that 3-2 zone.
Shot clock down to 4. Monley and 1.
Nice take there by Monley, just going up strong. Bethel tried to go straight up, but Janisa drew enough contact to get that foul and finish it with the right hand.
Braves needed that. It had been a little while, and the Crusaders had been starting to creep up a little bit.
Whenever the Braves kind of fall into a little bit of a drought, normally it's Janisa Monley drop a play for. Nice job there by Jillian Ebron, grabbed that offensive board.
Braves have led almost the whole way. Crusaders haven't led for more than 2 minutes in this game. The Braves have led for almost 19 minutes of this game. Monley again through the lane, not this time. So the Braves only get 2 points on that trip down, had a chance to get 4. Crusaders back with it. Midkiff, another 3. On the line, just a little too strong. Huntley the other way. Behind the back dribble, keeps the ball alive. Ebron coughed it up. Crusaders back with it. Dish out, up fake. Midkiff over to Johnson. Blocking foul called on the floor, shot no good. But that's already the 4th team foul on UNCP this quarter. First personal on Ebony Stevens.
Crusaders just done a nice job playing their game, getting inside, moving the ball around, and just causing havoc on the offensive end. A lot of fouls for the Braves here early on.
Next foul will put the Crusaders at the free throw line. Still about 6.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Offensive foul this time. Ebony Stevens on the switch, had to guard down low against Bethel. Bethel was clearing out space. That's her 3rd.
Just a little overzealous there by Bethel. Saw that mismatch coming on Stevens and just wanted to take advantage of it. She's done a good job on that end the whole game. And just a little too much on that play, but if she's going to get that mismatch onto a wing, they're going to want to take advantage of it.
Braves lead is 6. UNCP out there with Stevens, Ebron, Huntley, Williams, and Monley. Check that Avery Locklear is in the game. Monley, a tough finish in the paint.
We're going to keep featuring her.
She leads the Braves with 10 points. First UNCP player in double figures, and she'll get called for a foul there, as Giddings never really got set for that shot. Just got the bump.
One thing about Giddings is she's been going to that hook over that to the right side a lot, and looks like she's just throwing the ball up there, trying to get a foul almost every time. That time it worked. A couple times earlier in the first half was unsuccessful, but she'll head to the line for 2. Obviously, a player like her with her size, she's 6'2". She's gonna look to get the ball inside and get that hook shot.
Free throw good by Giddings. Her first point of the afternoon. 5 now on the floor out there with Giddings. Also see Hampton, Bishop, Johnson, and Bethel for the Crusaders. For the Braves, it's Ebron, Huntley, Locklear, Williams, and Monley. 44-38, the Braves lead. Ebron feeds the low block. Double team comes. Outside Locklear, open. 3-point attempt. Not this time. Rebound, controlled by Belmont Abbey. Williams nearly took it away. It's Hampton up the floor. To the left wing with Bishop. Giddings. Not really a threat from behind the arc. Still 12 to shoot for Belmont Abbey. Giddings again at the top of the key. Bishop guarded by Locklear. Lobs it down low. Hook shot. Onto the rim and down. Gabrielle Bethel. Braves just don't seem to have an answer for her. She's got 15.
Just a patient play. Just found that righty hook for Bethel. She's looked great today.
Williams to Locklear. Trying to get a step. Finds Ebron, who fires a 3. No good. Rebound Giddings. Under 5 to play in the third quarter. Down to a 4-point game. Offensive foul as Avery Locklear steps in and draws the charge. Turned over by Belmont Abbey for the Crusaders. That is turnover number 15. The Braves have turned it over just 8 times, and it will take us to a timeout. 4:40 left in quarter number 3. Braves 44, Crusaders 40. Braves fans, ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-the-line Cadillacs, so why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. That's Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, located next to Lumberton High School. 4:40 left in the third quarter. UNCP looking to hang on for a non-conference win against Belmont Abbey. With PD Powers, I'm Cameron Songer here on Lumbee Guaranty Bank Court in Pembroke, North Carolina. PD, the Braves have seen a double-digit lead a couple times now in the second half, but the Crusaders are hanging tough.
Just trying to get that extra push for UNCP. Haven't found it yet, but nice job there by Locklear to find Monley on the bounce pass, just attacking that 3-2 zone.
Nice feed from Avery Locklear. She's gotten towards the rim a couple times. Like to see that aggressiveness, showing that she's more than just a spot-up shooter, even though she's very good at that. Whistle, a foul away from the ball. They'll call a foul on UNCP. It looks like Jillian Ebron. A little too much body on that attempt to deny the ball down low.
Tough matchup there for Ebron, having to guard down in the post, and didn't think it was Giddings who was posting, but it was, and she'll head to the line.
Giddings, who came in with just 4 free throw attempts, having made all of them before today's game. It's her first miss of the season.
That's a tough miss, man, going from 100% on the season for Giddings. But she'll shake it off and try and knock down the second one.
She's now 6 of 7 at the free throw line. That's still a pretty good percentage.
She'll take it, and someone that doesn't head to the line often, but nice to have a post player that can knock down the freebies.
Does make the second. The Braves lead is 5. UNCP out there with Ebron, Bayham, Huntley, Locklear, and Monley. So a lot of ball handling on the floor for UNCP. The spacing a little bit off, and it's turned over. Up the floor with Hampton. Down low. Nice hands by Ebron to poke it away.
And one thing about attacking that 3-2 zone is the short corner is only the place where you're going to go and find the open shot, and that UNCP's done a decent job with it so far, but Belmont Abbey's been able to switch up those defenses, and that's really been the problem for the Braves.
Ebron does need to be careful as she has 3 personal fouls. Monley playing tight on the perimeter. That's an offensive foul called on Giddings. Throwing an elbow that time. Monley appears to be no worse off for it. Trots down the other way, ready to play some offense.
She's ready to go. She's been playing very well down low, leading the Braves with 12 points so far. Done a nice job. We see Nyla Allen checking back in. Obviously picked up those early fouls. Coach Haskins hasn't been able to see her out on the floor much today so far.
It's the player they wanted out there for a chunk of the game, as she was in the starting lineup against that big forward pair from Belmont Abbey. Bayham over to Locklear. Allen, she'll fire a 3 off the mark.
Obviously coming in off the bench cold. Want to see your player touch the ball a little bit before they get up that shot. Allen with the quick trigger.
Nice position down low, and the layup good by Easy Chukwu.
She catches that ball that close to the basket. It's almost an automatic 2.
Braves lead down to 3. This is as close as Belmont Abbey's been since the second quarter. 3-point attempt. Locklear, yes. Avery Locklear, a big 3 for the Braves.
That's how you're going to get a team out of a zone shot, shooting them out of it, and Avery Locklear money from 3 on that one.
Talk about the corners being the weak spots of a 3-2 zone. Just think about the distance you have to run to cover that corner, and Avery Locklear has a nice quick release on that 3-point stroke. Traveling called, turned over by Belmont Abbey as Alexis Hampton found Johnson on the wing. And now a timeout will be taken by Belmont Abbey. Let's see if this is a full or a 30. We'll keep it here as we talk about the action. But first, a word from our sponsor, Adidas, the official apparel sponsor for all 17 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. UNCP thanks Adidas for all their support and offering the best for Braves athletes. Petey, saw some of the rust from both teams early in this game. I think it's safe to say at this point that rust is gone, but tomorrow we'll be right back here watching UNCP men's basketball taking on Barton. And those are 2 very good teams in the region. I think the kind of game where if one team is even remotely more rusty than the other, that could be a real problem.
Yeah, those 2 teams played earlier in the season. It's one of those things, obviously, you want to get yourself going quick with two teams that have been impressive so far this season. The Braves have done a nice job lately winning their first 2 conference games, but it's one of those things just like today. It's a non-conference game kind of right before. You obviously played a couple conference games, but it's nice to get one more non-conference one in there just to warm up before you start heading into that gauntlet of the Peach Belt Conference. Braves done a nice job so far. Some new faces on the team, obviously, but obviously the old guns, the captain's done a nice job so far. So that's going to be a good one. But I'm excited to see here 2:42 left in the third quarter here. We've got a good one. Only a 6-point game, but neither team's really been able to pull away.
UNCP women's basketball 1-1 in the PBC. The men's team 2-0. The men's side of the PBC sees no ranked teams. On the women's Peach Belt Conference, there are 3 ranked teams. As the Braves battling on the offensive glass. And we'll get to the line with Phoenicia Lawson.
Lawson's done a nice job off the bench, just doing her job. Doesn't really look to score the ball often, but when she goes inside, she'll fight for those rebounds and go up and draw fouls.
Foul called on Crystal Izichukwu. That's her 3rd personal. Both teams over the limit for the rest of this quarter. Lawson drains the first free throw.
Coach Williams has been trying to keep Easy Chukwu out of foul trouble. She's got 3 now. And obviously when there's been dead balls, she has been pulled offense for defense substitutions.
Kanisha Lawson good on both free throws. She was about a 50% free throw shooter coming into this one. Nice to see her hit those big points and what could come down, a game that could come down to the wire. You never know at this point. Gets the block there as well. Kanisha Lawson getting it done on both ends. Sends it off to Huntley.
Second block for her in the game. Done a nice job on the defensive side of the ball.
Huntley ducking towards the basket, draws contact, and will go to the line. Alexis Hampton called for that foul. That's her 3rd personal.
When you've got 2 quick guards like Huntley and Bayham on the floor, you want to get them driving to the rim, drawing fouls. It's something Jasmine Huntley does very well. Bayham, when she has attempted a couple free throws today, but you want to get them moving up and down the floor. With their speed, that's a matchup, not a matchup nightmare, but it's something that's tough to guard on ball. Get them going to the rim, draw fouls. Both of them can knock down a little jump shot too. So.
Well, with both players listed at 5'4", it sort of mitigates that height disadvantage by getting them up, moving forward. They both have such good lateral quickness. They change direction very well, and that can help them finish at the rim when they are giving up some size to their defender. Of course, making free throws also helps. As Huntley makes both, the Braves lead back up to 10. Johnson with it up top. She's a dangerous shooter from beyond the arc. The Braves need to keep a hand up on her. The right side it goes with Greer. Holds above the head. Couple dribbles off the screen. Mid-range jumper. Money. Crystal Easy Chukwu showing off a nice touch. The freshman has just 5, but that was pretty.
Some easy mid-range jumper for her.
Easy Chukwu, the top rebounder for Belmont Abbey. Their 3rd leading scorer at 11.5 points a game. Allen dials long distance off the support wire there and out of bounds.
Just tough for Nyla Allen to really get in a rhythm. Obviously, the foul trouble has hurt her. She's had to sit on the bench a lot of the game and just trying to find that rhythm late in the game when everybody else is going. It's going to be tough for her, but she's not afraid to take her shots and try and get going. And obviously, Coach Haskins has confidence in her.
And it's an adjustment for her as well. First-team junior college All-American last year. And Guilford Tech, the junior in her first season in Pembroke, going from being one of the featured scorers to a player who's one of many scorers on this Braves team. Something that really every player goes through at some point as they move up the ranks, you know, from high school and beyond, would be if you're the best player on your high school team, you come to college, and that's not always the case. First free throw good for Easy Chukwu. One of the main reasons you oftentimes at this level don't see a lot of freshmen making big contributions just because of the learning curve. It gets so much steeper very quickly.
Yeah, she's done a nice job. Obviously hasn't scored the ball a ton today, but she's looked like a natural out there. Hasn't looked like a freshman, and we're still fairly early on in the season for that to take place, so Coach Williams has to be happy with her play.
And on the other side for UNCP, a couple junior college transfers, and Bayham and Allen. Obviously, some junior college basketball is very high level, but it is still an adjustment to go join a new team.
Obviously, at this point, hopefully after practice in the non-conference, most of the non-conference slate out of the way, they have adjusted, and obviously a lot of that just has to do with coaching and chemistry on the floor.
Johnson has the switch, has Lawson guarding her. They throw it down low. Jump shot, no good with the hook. Easy Chukwu tried to go up over Erica Williams, who stood her ground well.
That's a good look for them. They're going to want that mismatch down low, but nice job by Erica.
Bayham tried to go high off the glass, missed it. Shot clock now turned off. Belmont Abbey with no numbers the other way. The dish out goes to the left wing. Midkiff fires a 3, left it short. Lawson controls the rebound for UNCP, and now the Braves can hold for the last shot. See Belmont Abbey coach Jason Williams clapping his hands. I don't think he was too disappointed with that shot. Allen to Lawson, 6 seconds. Bayham got to go with 2. Bayham over to Locklear, who fires at the buzzer, no good. And the third quarter has concluded in Pembroke. A good one. A fourth quarter coming up next. UNCP leading 53-46. Welcome back to Lumbee Guaranty Bank Court. UNCP women's basketball looking to hold on and get their 6th win of the season. Taking on Belmont Abbey here this afternoon in non-conference play. PD Powers, Cameron Songer here with you as the teams break the huddle. Braves out there with Bayham, Allen, Locklear, Williams, and Lawson. A couple players off the Braves bench here to start the 4th quarter. Good D by Lawson. Offensive rebound, though, and the putback good, and 1 for Crystal Easy-Chukwu. Not giving up on that play. She's rewarded with a potential 3 points.
Nice job there by Easy-Chukwu. She's been big here lately, getting the ball inside, just finishing a couple second chance point. That's opportunities for her. And right when looks like Belmont Abbey gonna make a run, Janisa Monley checks back in. She's been the player that's really kept the Braves ahead every time the Braves have seen that deficit go closer and closer. Janice's been the one that's featured, so look for her to get the ball here.
Free throw no good. UNCP has the board. 5-point lead as we get going in quarter number 4. Bayham, straightaway 3-point attempt. Splash. Oriana Bayham, her first 3-point make of the season.
Just could tell she wanted that one coming off that screen. The play was for her, and she knocked it down.
Bayham up over her season average. She has 4. Nice box out. Everybody doing their job down low for UNCP. Braves finally come away with the board. Allen up top. I think she wanted that 3, gives it off. Williams, she tries a 3-pointer. A little too strong in the rebound to Belmont Abbey.
Braves can't fall in love with that 3 ball. Got to get the ball inside to Monley and work from there.
Good up fake Johnson, but she traveled.
Been less travels called here in the second half, a lot in the first, but just a little too quick there. Knew she wanted to hit her with that pump fake and then drive to the rim. Nothing working there, though.
UNCP just over 30% from behind the arc. Belmont Abbey is 25%. But the Crusaders shooting a better overall percentage from the field by a very narrow margin, 35 to 34%.
Belmont Abbey back in that zone.
Another 3-point attempt. Bayham, the Braves' last 3 shots have all been from behind the arc. And talk about falling in love with the 3. Can lead to some long rebounds and some runouts. Braves back on defense this time. And it's an offensive foul.
Bethel, it's got to be her second or at least her second offensive foul called on her.
Maybe not. Maybe they didn't call an offensive. I think they just said it bounced out of bounds.
Foot. True, yeah. Yep.
Lucky call in that case for Belmont Abbey. If it had been called on Bethel, it would have been her 4th. It's all those bigs for Belmont Abbey at 3 personal fouls right now. Monley just inside the free throw line, off the mark. Rebound tipped around. Monley chasing after it. Crusaders come away with the ball. It's in the hands of Hampton. 5 on the floor for Belmont Abbey. It's Hampton, Midkiff, Johnson, Easy-Chukwu, and Giddings. 3-point attempt. No good. I don't think anyone ever touched that ball other than Hampton on that whole possession. Bayham lost it, got it back, keeps the dribble alive. Up top for Allen.
Braves still really trying to figure out how they want to go about attacking this zone as 3-2, something you don't see as often as that traditional 2-3.
Huntley off the bounce, no good. Another defensive rebound controlled by Belmont Abbey. They're doing a better job of keeping the Braves off the glass in the second half. UNCP +2 in total rebounding right now, but 13 offensive rebounds so far for UNC Pembroke.
Nice move there by Giddings, just being patient. Janisa Monley doesn't want to pick up another foul. Just did a nice job with the up and under.
6-point lead for the Braves. And when these teams met last year, the Braves ran away with it and won by 21. And a tough finish. UNCP gets the bucket there. Nyla Allen into the scoring column.
That's something she can do. Attack the basket, playing at that 4 position. She can put the ball on the floor.
Giddings got the position on Monley, and Monley reached in. Second personal on Monley. Second team foul on UNCP here in the 4th quarter.
Hopefully that basket is one that can get Nyla Allen going. Just did a nice job. That's a tough finish, especially playing against the zone defense where you got everyone collapsing inside.
Monley will get a breather. Phoenicia Lawson back in the game for UNCP. Inbounds pass, Giddings. Can't bank it home.
Nice rebound by Lawson. She's done a nice job in her time.
Huntley into the paint with the left hand, banks it in.
It's right when you start falling asleep on Jasmine Huntley, she's going to take it to the rim.
Huntley now has 10. The Braves' lead is 10. Looking for a response with a three-pointer. Bishop missed it. Huntley grabs the rebound. Allen out in front of the pack. The layup good. Nice find by Huntley, and the Braves lead by 12. Timeout taken by Belmont Abbey. Coach Jason Williams all the way out to midcourt to call that timeout. Timeout on the floor. We will take it as well. 6:28 to go in this one. The Braves lead by 12, looking to put away the Crusaders. We'll be right back. Back in Pembroke as we take a look at the upcoming schedule. Tomorrow, UNCP men's basketball taking on Barton. Same time, same place, 2 p.m. right here on our video channel. And then on Monday, January 2nd, a doubleheader back in Peach Belt Conference play. We'll start with the women's game at 5:30. Next home game after that will be Saturday, January 7th at 1:30, doubleheader against Georgia College. In the meantime, on Wednesday, January 4th, a road doubleheader at Columbus State. Starting at 5:30, that'll be on our radio channel. Fake pass down low, whistle under the basket, call the and one.
Nice job there by Bethel. She's been a beast down low, getting to the free throw line. Just really nice finish by her. And taking advantage of Janisa Monley not on the floor for the Braves.
That's the first personal foul called on Avery Locklear. Braves do need to be careful as Phoenicia Lawson has 4. For more information on the upcoming schedule, just to wrap up that thought, visit uncpbraves.com. Bethel at the free throw line. No good, but a lane violation called on UNCP, so she'll get another shot. 17 for Bethel to lead all scorers. Well over her season average of about 12 a game. Now the Braves have kept her under wraps here in the second half. I believe that's just her first field goal of the entire second half. 6 minutes to play. Braves up by 10. Both of these teams at 5-3, looking for win number 6 on the season. Huntley traveled on the drive.
It's been an interesting game as far as neither Braves went up by 12, now at 10. They haven't really been able to pull away, but whenever Belmont Abbey has been able to take it close, Braves seem to be like not wanting to give up that lead very easily.
We haven't had a tie or lead change since the second quarter. A bunch of them early. And Belmont Abbey looking to come back again, but Morgan Midkiff with the 3. She's got 10.
She's made some difficult, tough threes and missed some open ones. She's done a nice job, though, when she's gotten the chance.
Locklear in front of the Braves bench. Allen, foot was on the line, knocks it in. Tough 2-point bucket for Nyla Allen. Braves lead is 9. Hampton going right to the basket and called a foul on Jasmine Huntley.
Something we haven't seen a lot of. A lot of the Belmont Abbey's plays have been looking for three-point shooters or thrown into the post. Not a lot of straight drives to the hoop. She did a nice job to get the line there for two free throws.
First personal on Huntley, the 4th team foul on the Braves in this 4th quarter. None have been called on Belmont Abbey this period. But the foul trouble situation, not too dire for either team. A lot of players with 3, but as we get closer to the real home stretch of this game, 3 doesn't mean as much. LaShonda Pritchard checks in, sends Nyla Allen to the bench for UNC Pembroke. Second free throw is good by Alexis Hampton. So Hampton makes 1 of 2. That's her first point of the afternoon. Senior averages about 4 points a game. Bayham with it to Locklear. Down low for Lawson. Back outside Pritchard. No trouble with the catch. Drive towards the basket. Gets swallowed up and draws a foul.
One of the best parts about playing Pritchard at the 4 position is that she can put the ball on the floor and attack a bigger player that necessarily can't move their feet as quickly. And she always does a nice job of that, just getting to the rim and drawing fouls.
I mean, on the Braves roster, Pritchard listed as a guard, but at 5'9", certainly has the height and wingspan to play the 4 spot. And good on the first free throw. Pritchard, money on both free throws. UNCP leads by 10 as Pritchard has a 9-point afternoon. Tough contested 3, splashed in by Morgan Midkiff. Why not? She's been making it rain. That's her 4th 3-point basket of the day. All of her attempts have been from behind the arc. Locklear responds with her own 3.
Those two have been going at it all day. And Avery Locklear, that's a big one.
Johnson, she's a threat from behind the arc. Midkiff will fire again. And airballs it out of bounds.
A little heat check there by her. Obviously, Coach Williams kind of drew up that play to get her an open look, but the way she's been shooting the ball today, especially down the stretch, you want to get her some more looks and touches.
4 of 11 from behind the arc, Morgan Midkiff. Crusaders at about 29% from deep, Braves 32%. Both teams are shooting 37.5% overall from the floor.
Back in that 3-2 zone, and
Locklear shoots the 3. Huntley was fouled as she worked around to screen.
Alexis Hampton just kind of clubbed Jasmine Huntley there down to the ground.
That's the 4th personal on Hampton. It's team 2nd on Belmont Abbey. Foul away from the ball, so be a baseline out of bounds for UNCP.
Jasmine Huntley all the way in the backcourt. Just get that safe inbound to her.
Braves should really be in no hurry on this trip down the floor. 3-2 zone again from Belmont Abbey.
Want to work that shot clock, but also don't want to. Got to take an open look when you get it in the zone.
Pritchard misses the 3. Lawson controls the offensive rebound. Locklear back towards the basket, no good. Pritchard fighting for that rebound, tipped out off UNCP.
And that's one where you almost want to just pull that one back out, maybe try and work a little more time, get a good look against the zone. Avery Locklear thought she saw a little space, tried to take that layup. Unfortunately, no good for the Braves.
Belmont Abbey aware of the clock, they roll it in. Doing that, at this point, every second counts. Not too early to start thinking about those kind of situations and scenarios. Left side Johnson, run off the 3-point line by Locklear, puts up the 2, and misses. Bayham bounces down low. Lawson in the paint, up with the shot, no good. Careful to not go over the back there. And that would have been her 5th.
Got to expect Janisa Molly to come back checking in very soon. Nice job there by Locklear to collapse and steal that.
Sneaking in from the weak side. Huntley in trouble, finds Locklear. 3-point attempt, no good. Looking for the proverbial nail in the coffin right now with under 3 minutes to play. Dish out. 3-point attempt, Midkiff. Not this time. Rebound tipped to Lawson. That's rebound number 10 for her.
Braves push. They might have had numbers there, but Huntley going to look to do it herself.
Ball poked away. Last touch by Belmont Abbey. Start to wonder at what point UNCP starts using more of the shot clock. Belmont Abbey bringing a bunch of players off the bench very quickly.
Just running out onto the floor.
Yep, just a brief pause at the scorer's table, but nothing else. And as a player, that can be tough. You use that time checking the scorer's table to mentally get ready to come into the game. There's the idea of even if you're on the bench, you're always ready, but you can say that, but in reality, it's a different situation.
I feel like with the way Coach Williams has used his subs today, you definitely always have to be ready because you never know when he's going to call your number. You might not have seen the floor all game, and you could be coming in here in crunch time.
Case in point, Brianna Greer, who's played just a couple minutes, she's in the game now as Huntley gets bumped on the drive. Third team foul on Belmont Abbey will reset the shot clock for UNCP.
At this point, you just want to get good looks. The clock's obviously your friend, but you can't waste that whole clock and just burn it out. You got to try and get a good look, but using the full shot clock here and getting a good look, or an open three early.
Solomon misses. Rebound tipped out. Last touch by UNCP.
One more couple more stops so the Braves can ice this one away, but a bucket would do the job just as well.
That was a great inbounds play.
Got Blair the open look. Obviously, a player like her, you think she's gonna hit it down.
Giddings had checked into the game for just that one possession. Now she's back out. Talked about some of the quick runs in and out that Easy Chukwu had. She's back in the game now for Belmont Abbey. Both players have 4 fouls, so it's sort of pick your poison for Coach or Jason Williams. Reach-in foul on UNCP. That's the one thing the Braves can't have, is they're over the limit. First personal called on Brianna Bayham, but it puts Belmont Abbey at the free throw line, and it's like a wholesale change ready to be made by Belmont Abbey.
Either maybe this could be Belmont Abbey's press lineup, or they're going to start going to the foul game.
It's looking like those are some of the players who are taking off their warm-ups for the first time. And that might be the pressing lineup. First free throw good. Belmont Abbey won't make the change here on this free throw. Erica Williams in for UNCP. Places Bayham.
One of those things, Coach Williams getting his lineup ready to go. Players that were on the far end of the bench moving closer to him, and right after this free throw, they're all heading to the line. They will come in after a make.
It is going to be the pressing lineup. Talk about players who haven't played much in this season for Belmont Abbey. Megan Weidenhammer, Taylor Hedden, Janisha Davis, Tori Chestnut, Ashley Blair. Designated press lineup for Belmont Abbey. Players who've played just about under 10 minutes for the entire season. But coming in for a situation like this, how did the Braves respond? No problem with the press on the first try. Williams over to Huntley. Belmont Abbey at 3 team fouls, so they have one to give. And the Braves showing some patience offensively. Huntley, shot clock at 8. Silliman, drive and dish. Williams, open, 3-point attempts, no good. Pritchard tipped the rebound out of bounds. Great hustle to get to it. But the Braves come up empty, and now Belmont Abbey will sub that 5 off, bring back out their more offensive unit.
Did not get the steal, but they did their job in getting the stop. And hats off to our official scorekeeper with all the subs being made.
It's been a real challenge for the official bookkeepers today, and they've done a very good job. Under 90 seconds now, 8-point game, and Belmont Abbey can't afford a long possession that comes up empty. Here's a 3-point attempt from Bethel. It's off the mark. Rebound by Huntley, and that might just be it. Braves can take this under a minute to go. As Huntley trots up the floor. Guarded tightly by Brianna Greer. Shot clock down to 10. Huntley needs to make something happen. Bounce pass goes to Pritchard. 5 to shoot. Pritchard at the free throw line. Slid the pivot foot. Turns it over, but ran off 28 seconds off the shot clock and the game clock. The clock was down to 2 when that whistle finally blew, and we'll get the final timeout called by Belmont Abbey. Leave it here during the timeout. 48 seconds to go. Braves 69, Crusaders 61. And there's not a lot that the Crusaders can do other than start firing from deep pretty early.
Yeah, kind of a surprising timeout at this point when you don't go to the foul game there. Obviously, it is still an 8-point game. We've seen crazy things happen, but Coach Williams at this point maybe just want to get a quick look at a 3 and see what happens. Obviously, Braves have struggled at times with pressure defenses, so they're going to try and drop a quick look. You got to think mid-tip. She's hit a couple threes late in this game, and obviously Taylor Johnson, another player that's a threat from three-point range. So it's just about getting that quick look and then seeing what can happen. Obviously, Braves know they're going to probably look for a three-point ball. So it's one of those things, guard that line. You'll maybe give up a 2 just to prevent a 3 here.
48 seconds left as UNCP has missed their last 6 field goals. Belmont Abbey's missed their last 4. It's gotten a little rough here down the last couple minutes. For the Braves, it's been almost 4 minutes since they've scored a point. Belmont Abbey's not made a field goal in that 4-minute stretch. So
it's been real interesting to see. Janisa Monley hasn't returned to the game. Coach Haskins likes what he's gotten out of Phoenicia Lawson. He's going to leave her on the floor. She's had a couple block shots, done a nice job on the defensive end, so why not?
Officials talking something over here. Take a look at the lineup out there for Belmont Abbey with no more timeouts. Even if they make a 3 here, they can't sub to get their pressing lineup back on the floor. So the question then becomes, do you try to press with your usual players? Obviously something that you have to have practiced, not the designated pressing lineup.
Just very interesting to see when you might want to look at trying to get a 3, still keeping your 2, not going with a smaller lineup, keeping 2 bigs on the floor.
Braves don't have a foul to give. Trapped in front of the bench, pass goes up top, swings it to the right side, Johnson. Crusaders got to go here. Driving towards the basket, blocking foul called, and it'll be 2 free throws for Brianna Greer. But 14 seconds ran off there.
Greer will take it, and obviously you got to get a quick look when you're this down by 8 with this amount of time left in the game. She'll go to the line for 2, but you got to think that Coach Williams wanted a quicker look.
Greer's first free throws of the game. Comes in shooting 4 of 8 from the free throw line on the season. Junior guard from High Point, North Carolina. Not a major scorer. Makes the second, and that allows Belmont Abbey to sub. And back on comes the pressing lineup. Very interesting what they do. Hedden, Davis, Chestnut, Blair, and Weidenhammer. The 5 for Belmont Abbey. The inbounds pass goes to Pritchard. She's immediately fouled.
And pretty soon here we'll see the starters back on the floor after another foul's probably committed at this point. Try and get that quick steal, but if it's not there, you're going to want to foul and send the Braves to the line.
Basically force them to finish the game out. Inbounds pass goes to Williams. There's the foul given by Taylor Hedden. Takes the game clock under 30 seconds, so no more shot clock the rest of this 4th quarter. And the Braves need to finish this one out. You play a 40-minute game. Give credit to Belmont Abbey for not just folding and giving up with about 2 minutes left, say, oh, it's out of reach. You play the whole game, and especially when you have the ability to bring on an entirely different platoon to press, give them the chance to practice that. And in this case, a game a little bit too far out of reach for the Crusaders, but for them potentially down the line in a conference game, maybe even a conference tournament game, where it's a little bit closer, you get those players that experience.
The press is something you work on in practice, but really only get the true sense of it offensively or defensively when you're playing it in the game against real teams, not your own teammates.
Both free throws good for Williams. Braves lead by 9, stolen by Huntley. She'll run the other way to put the cherry on top of this win for UNCP.
Braves just a little too much for the Crusaders here late.
Trapped near midcourt.
Braves not giving up, keeping that defense going.
Trying to draw a foul there on the 3. Official not giving it to Morgan Midkiff, and the follow-up lay-in good by Belmont Abbey. Braves don't need to cross midcourt here. And that will do it. UNCP wins this one, 73-64, knocking off Belmont Abbey. With the win, UNCP improves to 6-3 on the season. They're still 1-1 in Peach Belt Conference play. Belmont Abbey falls to 5-4 on the season. Braves will be back in action on Monday evening when they take on Augusta at 5:30 p.m. Petey, your final thoughts on this one?
Just a good all-around game from the Braves. No one was really feeling it per se one-on-one, but it's just one of those things when that happens, when one player might not be doing all the work, it's good to have a lot of players you can turn to, balance scoring outcome for the Braves. And for the Crusaders, every time it looked like they were going to get it close, they just couldn't really get that final push. And that's something, obviously, having to come from behind tends to happen. But overall, good contest for both of these teams heading into conference play, just to get a game under their belt before they head back to that conference action. Both just tough coming, with a lot of games coming close.
Jasmine Huntley, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Janisa Monley with another double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds. Avery Locklear with 11 points and 3 three-point makes. And LaShonda Pritchard, 9 points off the bench to go with her 5 rebounds. Phoenicia Lawson played big minutes for the Braves, 4 points and 10 rebounds as UNCP gets the W here this afternoon in front of the home fans. 73-64, the final score. For my broadcast partner, Petey Powers, and our entire crew, this is Cameron Songer signing off from Pembroke. We'll see you again here tomorrow for UNCP men's basketball at 2 p.m.